John Kennedy has once again proven that in Washington, words may shake the room, but truth can shatter it completely. During what was supposed to be an ordinary congressional briefing, the Louisiana senator stunned everyone when he presented what he described as classified evidence directly contradicting statements made by Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. The moment, described by multiple insiders as a political earthquake, marked one of the most dramatic confrontations in recent Capitol Hill memory. For weeks, political tensions had been running high. Omar, a strong and outspoken figure in the House, had been vocal about issues surrounding U.S. foreign policy and intelligence transparency. Her critics accused her of undermining American interests, while her supporters viewed her as a voice for accountability and moral courage. But on this day, Kennedy came prepared not with rhetoric or accusations, but with documents that, he said, revealed serious inconsistencies between Omar's public statements and what she had been briefed on privately. Witnesses inside the closed meeting recalled a rare silence falling over the room as Kennedy began to speak. He did not raise his voice, nor did he interrupt. Instead, he methodically laid out his case, each page of evidence unfolding like a slow, devastating wave. Lawmakers who had come in expecting routine discussion suddenly found themselves witnessing something extraordinary. Omar, usually calm and unflinching, was visibly taken aback. Those in attendance described her as caught between disbelief and defiance, clearly aware that the gravity of the moment could alter the perception of her career. As the evidence was read, reactions varied across party lines. Some lawmakers nodded solemnly, others exchanged uneasy looks. Staffers quietly took notes, knowing this was not just another political argument but something that could have long-term consequences. The usually boisterous atmosphere of the chamber had turned cold and heavy with tension. Kennedy's delivery was steady and controlled, almost surgical, as if every word had been measured long before he ever spoke it. When the meeting adjourned, the hallways outside erupted in whispers and hurried phone calls. Reporters who had caught wind of the confrontation began piecing together fragments of what happened. Within hours, news networks were buzzing with speculation, social media was flooded with clips and commentary, and both Kennedy and Omar were trending across platforms. Hashtags like #KennedyEvidence and #OmarResponse dominated online discussions. Some called Kennedy's move brave and necessary, others viewed it as a calculated political ambush. Omar's team responded swiftly, calling the senator's claims a distortion of classified briefings meant to score political points. They emphasized her commitment to transparency and accused Kennedy of misrepresenting confidential information. But the damage was already spreading beyond talking points. Analysts noted that the emotional resonance of the moment, one lawmaker confronting another with such gravity, would leave a lasting impression on voters, regardless of political affiliation. What made this confrontation especially powerful wasn't just the evidence itself but the emotional collision between two drastically different worldviews. Kennedy represented a kind of old-school patriotism grounded in national security and loyalty to institutions. Omar, meanwhile, embodied the new wave of progressive politics that seeks to question and reform those very institutions. When those two forces met in that hearing room, the clash was not just political, it was deeply human. It reflected the broader tension of a nation divided between tradition and change, skepticism and trust, loyalty and criticism. In the following days, both sides faced their own challenges. Kennedy had to defend his decision to reveal elements of classified material, with critics accusing him of crossing ethical lines. Omar, meanwhile, found herself forced to clarify past remarks, defending her integrity while fending off a wave of political attacks. But through the noise, one thing became clear: a truth, once exposed, has a way of forcing reckoning, even in the highest halls of power. By the end of the week, the confrontation had evolved beyond headlines. It became a talking point in homes, workplaces, and classrooms, a symbol of how political courage and conviction can collide in unpredictable ways. Supporters of Kennedy praised his willingness to speak truth to power, while Omar's backers saw in her response a resilience and composure under fire. Both figures, in their own ways, emerged as reminders of the human side of politics, a flawed, emotional, and unrelentingly real. And as the dust begins to settle, the lesson left behind is unmistakable. In an era of division and deception, truth still holds the power to shake even the mightiest walls of Washington. Whether one sides with Kennedy or Omar, the encounter stands as a testament to how transparency and accountability, and no matter how uncomfortable, they remain the beating heart of democracy.